Hey everybody, this is Josh. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unfortunately, I've got some really bad news, and this is bad news especially for me. As you all know, I created this channel to help defend myself against Haverkamp Properties because their assistant manager, Brooke Farmer, has been harassing me and trying to bully me out of my lease and trying to evict me for the last year. This is irregardless of the fact that I have been a quiet, paying tenant here for the last 7 years. Well, oh man. Apparently this week, Brooke Farmer got promoted to manager of this apartment complex. So she's now a full manager here at Haverkamp Properties. This is really bad news, especially for me. You're talking about a person who has spent the last year doing everything she could to harass me, intimidate me, bully me, push me out of my lease. All because she doesn't feel like I should have the same rights, or at least should be allowed to assert my rights like any other tenant would. You know, and I've been asserting my right to have peace and quiet in my own house. And every time I try to address the noise situation with my neighbors, Brooke does something to try to intimidate me. She either knocks my door, or she puts a notice of behavioral violation on my door, or a threat to evict me on my door, or she asks me for a meeting or something. She does not do this with anybody else. She just does this with me because she has some kind of obsession with me. So, the target on my back that Brooke has placed upon my back has just gotten a lot bigger. And I now have no doubt that I'm in for another year of landlord harassment unless I do something very quickly. Now, I've told you guys the good news the last video I made about Haverkamp as far as that family with the kids that was making all the noise. They're gone, and that's good. But Brooke stepping up and being a full manager here is not very good, especially for me. And the fact that they would promote her to manager after they know that she's been messing with me for the last year is so unbelievably disrespectful. But that's a story for another day. So I'm actually worried about this one. I don't want to go through another year of, having Brooke hang over my head and mess with me all the time. I'll do it if I got to do it. I'm a man about mine. And when a fight comes my way, I stand up to it. But I don't, I would rather not go through this unless I really, really have to. The problem is, it's going to take me a really long time, as I've said in other videos, to find a lawyer, either raise money for a lawyer or find a lawyer that will work pro bono for me where I can sue Haverkamp and get in front of a fair judge. That's going to take time. Brooke is the manager right now, so I don't have a lot of time. So I got to do something else until I am able to find myself a lawyer with which to sue Haverkamp Properties with. So I've decided to, at some point within the next week or two, I am going to report Brooke Farmer to Urban Housing and Development, to HUD. The reason for this is because Haverkamp Properties does work with HUD. They accept Section 8 housing and everything like that. So when I report them to HUD, they will at least have to do an investigation, and I'm going to turn over all the evidence of harassment I have and everything like that. Everything Brooke's done against me, all the documentation I have, and so on and so forth. And I will also be reporting Haverkamp Properties to some other agencies, so like some state agencies and stuff like that. Now, some of you might ask why I won't report Haverkamp to local agencies like the Ames Better Business Bureau or the Ames Chamber of Congress or whoever. The problem with doing that is that Haverkamp is very well connected around here. Like I said, their managers are part of Cornerstone Church. Cornerstone Church has a lot of connections around here. So anything I do as far as filing a report against Haverkamp with an Ames agency is going to get stonewalled. I guarantee it. So I'm not even going to go that route. Now, just to I'm going to harp on that for a minute. A lot of you are from really far away from Ames, and most of you who are watching me aren't even anywhere near Iowa. So you might think that I'm being a little paranoid about Haverkamp's connection to Cornerstone Church and the mega church and all their connections around here and stuff. I am not. I want to explain really quickly how well connected Cornerstone Church really is around here. Okay, so when you drive into Ames, you will see a population sign, right? It says Ames, 60,000 some odd people. It's like just over 60,000, right? That's the population of Ames. But that's not the real population of Ames. The true population of Ames is about half of that. The true population of Ames is about 30,000 people. The other 30,000 people are college students. So the real population of Ames locals is about 30,000. Now, Cornerstone Church has about 5,000 people that attend each week, but about 2,000 of those are college students, so we'll just keep it with the locals. So about 3,000 Ames locals attend Cornerstone each week. Now again, there's only 30,000 people in Ames that are true Ames locals. About 3,000 of those attend Cornerstone Church, which means that 10% of the entire population of Ames goes to this one church, Cornerstone Church. That's huge. If you don't think that comes with a whole lot of business connections and legal connections and everything else, you're insane. Okay, that's just the way it is. Now, does Cornerstone own this town? No, but they have a lot of connections, and they've got their tentacles everywhere. So it's just something that I have to constantly be cognizant of when I'm trying to pursue action against Haverkamp Properties. You know, because like I said, all of Haverkamp's upper management are elders at Cornerstone, so, or otherwise members in good standing at Cornerstone. So it just is what it is. Cornerstone is more than a mega church. It's a business conglomerate. It's a lot of things. But back to my point. There are other agencies besides HUD that I can and will be filing a report with and will be having do an investigation against Haverkamp Properties. But for now, I'm just going to go with HUD, you know, because Haverkamp does profit off of HUD's money, off of the Section 8 housing and everything. So HUD at least has to investigate Brooke Farmer's actions against me. Now, the good news for me, there's a couple of things for me that are really good news here. The first is that Brooke Farmer and Haverkamp have made it insanely obvious with their actions that they've been targeting me. They don't have a history of targeting anybody else the way they've targeted me, especially in similar situations. So they're not going to have any way of explaining their hyper-focus on me. Okay, they've been super obvious. Once somebody with real resources and connections investigates them, it's just going to be painfully obvious. Because emails are going to be subpoenaed, they're going to talk to other tenants, that, you know what I mean? It's going to just be really obvious that Brooke has been targeting me. The second bit of good news for me is that if by chance HUD still decides to side with Haverkamp and clear them of any wrongdoing, I still have like 5 other agencies I can deal with, but more importantly to the immediate moment, Brooke is going to have to be on her best behavior while that investigation is ongoing. So anything she does to target me while HUD does their behind-the-scenes investigation stuff isn't going to look good for Brooke or for Haverkamp. So that investigation at least buys me some time to live in peace and not be harassed by my landlords. And that's kind of all I'm trying to buy for the moment. So yeah, this is where we're at. Brooke Farmer is apparently the head manager here now, which means I'm in for a heck of a lot of harassment unless I make a strong move. And, I don't even like HUD. They've done a lot of good things, but they've done a lot of bad things too. But I don't want to get all off into politics or nothing. But, Haverkamp does use HUD and Section 8 and all that and accepts Section 8 and all that. So they profit off of HUD policies. So that's why I can have HUD do an investigation here. I don't know. I don't want to make this video too long. I'll probably make a part 2, maybe tomorrow. But, yeah, I'm kind of worried about this one. I'm expecting all kinds of harassment. Now, Iowa Legal Aid, like I said, stepped in a month or 2 ago or whenever it was and decided to defend me from any eviction action that Haverkamp or Brooke Farmer would take against me. Which is great. I am still so thankful to Iowa Legal Aid. I'm glad they're on my side. I'm glad they're fighting for me, so on and so forth. But the problem is that there's all kinds of ways a landlord can screw with a tenant without evicting them. And I'm sure Brooke is going to, unless I make a strong move, Brooke is going to use everything at her disposal to mess with me. So, more to come, I guess. We'll see what happens, but Brooke has no intention of letting me live in peace in here, so I'm going to be talking to HUD soon. I'm going to be talking to some other agencies soon, and I'm going to be filing a complaint and triggering an investigation just so that they stay off of me. That's all.